My Friend Pedro encapsulates all that is great and terrible about 90s action movies. The frantic gameplay lets you pull off moves that can make you feel like an absolute boss, while simultaneously letting you scrape through by the skin of your teeth. Explosions, smashed glass, and bits of body all become tools in the arsenal of our masked hero in his continuing quest for, well, the less focus on his story, the better. The core mechanic that will be exploited throughout the game will be bullet time. Though My Friend Pedro does nothing new with this mechanic, the freedom and skills allowed through bullet time keep it feeling fresh and innovative throughout the game. Whether you are diving through a window, flicking a pan in the air for ricochet, or just trying to dodge, duck, dip, dive and dodge your way through a bullet hellfire, bullet time is there to get you out of jail. Being able to burst through a door in slow motion, dive through the air, split shoot dual-wielding pistols whilst flipping more majestically than Chen Eisen is not only the most efficient way to dispatch most enemies, but also lets you live out your best John Woo fantasies without the real-life worries of getting physically fit and having to learn how to shoot a gun. It's not until you try a sequence without bullet time active that you start to appreciate the pace this game runs at and how essential being able to slow time is. What seems like a simple murder puzzle in slow time becomes a panicky shoot fest in real time. Thankfully, Pedro doesn't punish players for missteps. Unlike similar games, like Hotline Miami and Katana Zero, Pedro doesn't have an insta-kill mechanic, opting instead for a more traditional health bar. This allows for more instinctive actions over meticulous planning, as well as more dynamic level design. The map design gives players a majority view of the next room as a way of planning, but sometimes an enemy might just pop out of a door once you've passed it. If this was an insta-kill game, this would be infuriating. But in Pedro, it just becomes another excuse to flip backwards with a shotgun and create human jelly. Let's take a look at an example of how the level design allows for instinctive thinking. Right, so we've got this room right here, and I've just shot the guy at the front, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different enemies in the room. So what I'm going to do is dive through the air, shoot that guy in the face, kick the other guy, flip over the table, and see what I'm dealing with. Let's do this. We can do this. Let's go. Right, so far that's not gone greatly. As you can see, there are actually another 5 guys. So, let's shoot them in the face a bit. Nailed it. My Friend Pedro is set piece after set piece. The majority of the storytelling is done through a veil of bullets and blood. Though this might sound vapid, it's a damn sight better than when Pedro attempts to actually tell a story. We start the game in a cellar with no memory of who we are, accompanied by a floating, talking banana called Pedro, who guides you throughout. Pedro's brand of zany comedy is straight out of the 1990s, in that it's rather cheesy, lacking depth, and sometimes at the expense of other people. One particularly dire example can be found in the beginning of the 4th act, where hardcore gamers live in sewers because of their ultra-violent video games. I'm sure this was an attempt at being satirical and ironic, but it just comes across as lame. Thankfully, Pedro keeps the storytelling to an absolute minimum. The story is used as a way of tying the play together. It is only really appearing at the beginning of a level before any of the bullets start flying. Enemies will also have small conversations that appear over their heads, but honestly, you're thinking too much about the best way to blow said head off, then really pay attention to these nameless grunts. The levels throughout the game have similar layouts and settings, apart from the colourful and bombastic Pedro as well, so the game has to innovate in mechanics to fully divide the areas. I feel the culmination of puzzle, action and enemies fully realised within the sewer levels. The gunplay felt tightest, whilst the levels themselves have inventive challenges to overcome, one of which completely outfoxed me. Right, this whole situation actually took ages, so let's fast forward this a little bit. Let's get on with it. Nailed it. The last levels, on the other hand, are where Pedro seems to be running out of ideas. The puzzles start to become the focus of the level, and the enemies that are there are bullet sponges, leaving only the sniper and shotgun as viable options to work your way through the map. By the end of the game, the pace slows down quite considerably, which starts to make Pedro feel a bit twitchy and uncomfortable. I really understand the desire to mix up the formula, but by the end of the game, we have ventured a touch too far from what made Pedro so addictive at the beginning. My friend Pedro, above all else, is fun. The game wants you to feel like an unstoppable killing machine and will do everything in its power to make you feel as such. The later levels are a bit more of a drag, and small details such as a lack of customization or costumes do hinder replay value. These grievances are minor and do not stop my friend Pedro being pure, bloody, frying pan to the face escapist fun that will leave you with a big old goofy grin on your face. For more content like this, be sure to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Stay foxy.